maybe we could just rewind for a second about you meeting Hillary and, winding up at Elle, because you worked in, in PR, and in a roundabout way that led you to working in editorial, which I feel like is kind of a tough leap to make, right? So how did that happen for you?
Yeah, I was working in nightlife, so I never did PR, but I did start a marketing division
Mm,
within the company that I worked for. So I worked for Bolt House, which you may remember from The Hills. So
hmm
it was part of the storyline in The Hills. I worked there many years before the characters from The Hills did, but basically, I started to see we had these normal nights. Mondays was this club, Wednesdays was this club, Thursday you were here, and every week, we had, the hottest celebrities, stylists, tastemakers of every sort coming under our roof. And I started to get calls from brands that would say, would it be okay if I set up a booth inside your nightclub to hand out products, or can I, give you guys this soda that I just came out with to put on your tables for bottle service? Or can I stand outside your club and give out, clothing? And I thought, wow, like this is access that no one else has. There's got to be a way to leverage that and monetize it beyond just alcohol sales. This idea that we could integrate product super organically and get the right people in front of it to use it, and ultimately they were photographed with it, and it would help drive sales. So that was my career kind of in marketing and branding. And then from there, I really wanted to get into publishing, and specifically, fashion and beauty. And um, I really loved the teen magazines at the time because I felt like it was a much more approachable take on fashion. And, the price points were mixed. You had Elle Girl, Teen Vogue, Teen People, Cosmo Girl, etc. And I'm one of those people, like, I always, when someone asks me, what's your advice for an entrepreneur or somebody, wanting to start a career or start over, I always say, find something you love to do and then figure out a way to get paid for it. And that's exactly, what I did with publishing. I, would just devour these magazines and create my own trend reports, and was just so, into this idea that one person could impact the next person to wear this and make this, and then we'd buy it. And
hmm
that's kind of what started it. So from there, I really went after all of the, teen publications that I wanted to work for. And, it turned out that if you were on the West Coast working for one of these magazines, you're generally the person that would book the celebrity covers. So
hmm
that's how I really got in at Elle, was through my, relationships on the West Coast with, celebrities and publicists, and, new stores that were coming up, and restaurants. And it was really my job to, I booked all the covers for our teen magazine. And then for Elle, I really just sort of took anything that was coming out of the West Coast and translated it back to the team in New York to cover it. So it was a seemed like a total pivot, but it was really applying a lot of skills and relationships that were very special to me, and taking that into the publishing world.
And you were really kind of, had a lot of connections within the Hollywood nightlife because you were working in PR. And this was sort of around the time, as I understand it, that we're like before iPhones, before TMZ.
I think it was just the best time to be there. It was, before you could take a camera to a club. And I think the you know tabloids were just kind of starting, the paparazzi were just kind of starting. So people really came out to dance, and the music of the time really embraced that. So it was like the Britney Justin dance off that allegedly happened, and it was being there that night.
Hi guys, it's JC
and Chelsea
from the What We Said podcast,
and we are hosting a virtual live event on December 8th.
We're going to be playing interactive games. You guys can win some prizes. It's going to be a fun time. We'll see you there.